I'm on the Mondraker Level RR, and this is a long bike. In fact, it's XL, it's nearly 500mm in reach, which is one of the longest bikes, or e-bikes, I've ever ridden. Before we have a closer look, I just wanted to say thank you to my Patreons. You are coming along on this journey with me. This is what I do full time now, and I couldn't do it without you. I'm able to create this content because you invest a little bit of money every month, and that really does help me. Just like making these videos, and hopefully you can get something out of them, and I can tell you my unfiltered opinion on what I like and what I don't like about all these bikes. So check the link out in the description, and you can really help me bring all this content out to you, and keep it independent and keep it like totally unfiltered, and I just tell you like it is, man, and hopefully you like that kind of style. So here we go, the Mondraker Level RR, £7,699. So, boy, it's an expensive bike, but look at it. It's caught my eye on a couple of ride outs that I've been on when I've seen a few people on them, because the integration, the frame, the design, the Fox factory stuff that's all over it. It is really long as well. It looks like a really interesting bike, so what we'll do is we'll have a quick look around it, and any questions or whatever, pop them down below. I've got to say though, I've been riding it around just here, and the Bosch motor, I don't know what Bosch have done, but I think they've got quieter motors because they're not much noisier, if anything. In fact, I think this is quieter than the Shimano motor, which is really interesting. So it's happened on a few Bosch bikes that I've ridden. They're quieter than they've ever been. It does look like a really sick setup, doesn't it? So DT Swiss HX 1501 1501 wheels. I'm running these on my bike at the moment. They are built for e-bike. They are strong as heck. They are just well built, well designed, real premium wheels and great hubs. And DT Swiss, for these wheels, what they did is they did loads of research into e-bikers and the amount that we ride and the extra torque that's put through the hubs and all that stuff, and they've built this wheel set that is a super bulletproof, strong wheel set. So it's on this bike, they are top quality. Maxxis Minion DHF in 2.5 and a DHR2 in 2.4. On the back, it's got absolute grippy as anything tyres on. It's the max grip and the downhill casing, so built for, well, downhill, that's what it says on the tin. Fox factory 36 Kashima coated forks. Look at that golden goodness. That is nice, isn't it? And then the decals on the forks and the rims actually match the bike. It's got the Grip 2 cartridge in it, and that buttery smooth Kashima coating. It's like, oh, that is nice. The frame, check that out. Check out that front triangle. I love all the detail, and they've obviously put that in there for the strength at the front because it's quite low profile. It's quite a narrow frame. The paint scheme looks really sweet, man. It's a real nice kind of contrast of the blue black and then the orange DHX2 coil rear shock. It's 170mm of travel, and it's built for pointing downhill and just smashing it. So it's a little bit heavier. It's 25 kilograms, 25 and a bit kilograms. So not super lightweight. Interestingly, it's got carbon bars, which don't know how I feel about that. Don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Code RSC brakes. Modulation feels good. Little adjusters on there. Bosch motor. that is getting old now, isn't it? That Casio style display. Reminds me of, I don't know, an old Nokia phone, or that it needs updating. It just needs to be made much, much slicker. Fox Kashima dropper, which actually I've never used. Believe it or not, I've never used a Kashima dropper, but I really like, and this is silly little things, but I really like the little clunk it gets when it goes right to the top. It's just, it may be totally insignificant, but it's little bits of detail, isn't it, that you kind of appreciate in premium products like this. But again, it just looks sick, doesn't it? Looks really, really nice. SDG saddle, Mondraker branding just on there. And then the Bosch in-tube battery, which you can remove. Looks a little bit unfinished under there. I mean, you could, I guess these are bottle mounts. You could put a bottle under there, could you? Is it? I don't know, but get covered in crap, wouldn't it? But the motor is integrated. You can see where the frame kind of finishes there and goes round there. The motor is bolted in, and then this is like a bash plate just under here, just to stop it getting whacked. And then it's got the SRAM EX drivetrain, which is 8 teeth, 8 sprockets on the back. Now there is quite a big gap in between the gearing, so you can see the range difference is quite significant. So I found that it was hard to keep a real constant cadence when I was pedaling, but you would probably get used to it. In fact, I've spoken to 2 people with these drivetrains, and one of them absolutely loved it, and one of them was going to change it to another standard kind of 11 or 12 speed setup, because the range is, there's too many jumps in the range. With this bike probably not mattering so much because of its intended use. You're not really going to be doing like a lot of kind of cross-country stuff. You don't necessarily need to keep that cadence as regular as you would on a on another bike, perhaps, but looks good, doesn't it? It's one of the best looking e-bikes out there at the moment, and this Fox DHX2, I've never ridden on one of these before, but round here it feels good. Obviously I'm not testing it at all because it's just been used on my local trails at the woods, but I need to get this to a bike park and some chunkier stuff. So battery is just integrated in here. It's the newer style Bosch in-tube battery. There you go. Easy to take that cover off. And probably easy to remove as well. I have not even taken it out, but these are the type of things that I will work out how easy all that stuff is. But that's neat, I like that. That little supporting bit just looks really, really sweet. Nice, real nice welds there. Race face 165mm cranks. Look at the design of the chainstay. With the Bosch systems, they're always a little bit longer, so you've got a bit of a longer chainstay here for some added benefits. Also, you know, it's going to affect the way the bike handles around the trails, but give you a little bit of extra stability downhill and a bit of climbing ability. It's kind of like got a dream setup, hasn't it? If you were to spec a bike, you would probably pick these wheels, these tires. Well, I would. These wheels, these tires, this suspension, the Fox factory stuff. It is like everything on the bike is premium, and it's kind of like a no expense spared bike. Look how long it looks, and look at the design. It looks, I know I'm just talking about the way it looks, but I haven't ridden it enough to tell you about how it feels. So that is what I'm going to do over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to ride it as much as I possibly can. I want to do, and I do on all of my bike kind of reviews, around 100 to 200 kilometers, because I think that then you can get a real good understanding of the nuances of it. So that's what I want to do again on this and just bring you my unfiltered everyday opinion. Any questions, pop them down below. Make sure you're subscribed and click the bell icon, because when I do release the review of this, it'll be delivered to you, so you'll know as soon as it's available. Check out my Patreon. Thank you so much, all my patrons who have supported me. Like it, subscribe. I will catch up with you all soon. Cheers, bye.